Hello, my name's Michael and welcome to the Fuelcast. When the Old Testament talks about animal or cereal sacrifice, what do you think happened to the animal afterwards? Was it just tossed away or burnt beyond all use? The Israelite calendar was based around feasts. During those feasts, the animals and the cereal that were sacrificed were not wasted but eaten. Often the consumption of a slaughtered bull was the only meat-based meal ordinary people would have ever eaten. When we think of animal sacrifice, we often see it as barbaric. But I can imagine if a first century Jew walked into one of our supermarkets with rows of pre-packaged, pre-slaughtered meat, they would consider our greed more barbaric. A quote from Brian Zahn, who's an American pastor. Modern Westerners, being separated from the world of sacrifice by a millennia, have had a hard time grasping the Hebrew idea of sacrifice as a gift that provides a covenant meal of reconciliation, and tend to drift towards the pagan idea of sacrifice when angry God is appeased. The other factor about sacrifice is that most of Israelites sacrificed were not acts of atonement, but acts of worship. They were sacrifices of thanksgiving. They sacrificed not out of guilt, but out of abundant joy. When you think of sacrifice, do you think of joy? It's not our natural understanding of giving joy, is it? A few years ago, the church I grew up in had a building project. And in order for it to go ahead, we had a gift day. And they wanted people to give not out of compulsion, but out of joy. So as the band played and songs were sung, people were encouraged to dance to the front as they gave their gifts. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful sight. People joyfully giving to the project. What does giving look like in your church community? Do you associate worship with giving? For Jesus, it's not about how much you gave, but about your attitude to giving, which is why he praises the poor widow. He also says, where your treasure is, there is your heart. Some people have said your bank statement talks more about your faith than anything else, any of your scripture reading or prayer life. What is your attitude to giving? If someone was to look at your bank statement, what would they say about your priorities, about where you spend your money? We have lost the concept of sacrifice. But that doesn't mean we cannot find it again. Giving is more than just our money, but it's also giving our time and our skills. In many ways, time is a far more precious resource than just our money. How can you be a generous person today? How can you utilize all the resources God has given you today? Thank you for listening.